What does Hollywood glitz and glamour have to do with trail riding and camping with horses? Stick around to find out. Hi, I'm Robert, and this is Ruger, and we are trail riding and camping at home. During most years, we trail ride and camp all over the U.S., from front country glamping to backcountry wilderness adventures. During the rest of the year, I lead trail riding and horse camping clinics across the U.S. and internationally, where I share my knowledge of trail riding and horse camping to help you escape the arena and enjoy the great outdoors.
Before we get too much further, please hit those like, subscribe, and share buttons. Ruger would really appreciate it.
Today's segment is brought to you by the letter G, as well as Troxel helmets, B&W trailer hitches, and Scratch and All. Many thanks to everyone that makes Trailmeister possible. G is for GPS. And when I ride, I always have at least two types of maps with me, paper and digital. So give me a moment to park Ruger, and we're going to talk all about digital maps and GPS technology.
Ruger end, the loose end, one loop, a loop from the pony end, and a loop from the loose end.
I use paper maps constantly, and that's not likely to change in the near future. They offer a much larger view screen than an electronic device. They don't require batteries, and I can drop them without doing any damage. That being said, there's definitely a place for electronic devices. They can fit inside my pocket without folding, and they can very quickly and accurately pinpoint my location and measure distances. Modern GPS technology is pretty nifty. If we go back to the very beginning, we have Hedy Lamarr in the 1940s. When she wasn't busy making blockbuster motion picture films, she was busy inventing technology that we use today. It's called frequency hopping, and it is the basis for Wi-Fi's, Bluetooth on your phone, as well as this, GPS technology. What's kind of sad about it, though, is she never got paid for an industry that rakes in $30 billion, that's billion with a B, dollars a year. She didn't see a dime out of it, which is kind of sad. But very nifty. Look up Hedy Lamarr. I think you'd be kind of interested in how she helped create these. Now back to the topic. So before we get too much further, I want to share how I use my GPS devices. I use them to supplement this. Not a way to get rid of paper maps and a real compass, but a way to supplement it. And I think that's a pretty big difference. So primarily, these are backup tools to my paper map, and they also let me pinpoint my position on that map really quickly without me having to do any math. I can almost always find myself with a paper map and my compass. Sometimes, though, it's nice to have a little bit of extra reassurance, if you will. And in this sense, my GPS is my secret weapon. So let's look at some GPS options. So the way I see it, there's really four main ones. GPS watch. They're wee tiny, no screen to speak of. They don't have maps, but they're really, really good at tracking where you've been. And there's certainly a place and time for that. So your smartphone. We already carry these things with us everywhere. So with the right app, I like Gaia and View Ranger. This can be a really, really powerful tool that, again, we're going to have with us anyway. If you do decide to use your smartphone as a GPS, keep battery usage in mind. Be sure to carry a way to recharge. To increase the battery life when you're using a GPS app on your phone, be sure to switch it into airplane or battery saving mode. You'll be thankful for that. And get some kind of a cover or a case, lest you drop this thing and then you're kind of SOL. There are also, of course, dedicated GPS units. I like these a lot. Yes, the screen is smaller than a cell phone and certainly smaller than a paper map, but they're very, very rugged. I don't worry about dropping it at all. I also really like that a lot of them have buttons. Buttons are a lot easier to use than a touchscreen, especially if you wear gloves. And there are also satellite messengers. And these are kind of a mashup in between a communications device and a standard GPS unit. Again, small screen, but they have the added benefit of having two-way communications where your cell phone won't work to call for help. I like them a lot. This is the Garmin InReach. It's a nice little tool. So those are my thoughts on the 4 different types of GPS units around. If you're going to be tracking your ride, saving those track files, a watch is going to be more than fine for you. I like being able to navigate, so that leaves a telephone or the standard GPS. The telephone offers so many different options, low weight, lots of different map layers. The standard GPS unit, a lot heavier, but almost indestructible, which I like a lot. And then, of course, the satellite messengers, which do double duty. Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned for the next segment when we discuss the letter H in trail riding. Until then, please stay safe, stay healthy, and stay home.